Hi, my name is Carol Brown, and I'm an Extension Master Gardener volunteer with Buncombe County Extension in Asheville, North Carolina. Today, I'm going to talk to you about wattle beds. These are not wattle beds. We're not raising ducks. It's wattle beds, W-A-T-T-L-E. I'm going to show you how to build a simple wattle bed, talk about the materials you can use, and show you what happens when you gather a gang of kids to help build the wattle. What's a wattle bed? Here's a couple we built in 2018 in the veggie garden of the Master Gardener Learning Garden. The wattle is the fence or the wall itself made of interwoven sticks and branches. Wattle fencing goes back to Neolithic times. Here we see a reconstructed Neolithic house showing wattle walls and roof. Wattles were popularized in medieval times for homes and for enclosing animals or areas of ground. This medieval wattle garden was the inspiration for our round garden. As late as the 1950s, wattling was used to construct the King's Hall in Rwanda, Africa, as you can see in this reconstruction. Wattles serve many purposes, even today. We built our wattle beds in the veggie garden, one of 7 gardens of the Buncombe County Extension Master Gardener Volunteers Learning Garden. You can see our 2 wattles toward the back in the top photo and closer in the photo to the right. Several of the beds in the veggie garden are geared toward youth, and we have worked together with Holly Jordan, the Buncombe County 4-H Extension agent. 4-Hers have helped plant the taco garden in the past and will help us again with the new wattles. When we expanded the veggie garden and added a few youth-oriented beds, I really wanted a pizza bed. Well, pizza is usually round, right? But then came time to build the beds. The guys constructing the beds balked at the idea of all the cuts needed to make a circular bed out of wood. So I took to the internet, and the wattle came up as a great way to get a circle. We were able to get a 4-foot grow bag for the liner, and we were on our way. Let's head out to the veggie garden and see what we're talking about.
In 2018, we built a semicircle wattle right here. We had a rainbow garden and a taco garden. However, it wasn't very high, and we wanted a little more substantial garden. So we took that down. Last spring in 2020, a couple of us came out and built a rectangle. However, the rectangle wound up being a foot closer to the circle, and there wasn't enough room between the circle garden and the rectangle. So this spring, we moved one edge of it and moved the dirt, pulled up on the fabric, and now we're going to re-wattle. The one thing with the wattles, over time, the material can break down. A lot of people use willow and say that that's very strong. I've not tried that. This is made out of arrowwood viburnum. Today, we're going to be weaving a combination of arrowwood viburnum and elderberry prunings. Another option would be bamboo, especially for a rectangle because they're so nice and straight. The key is you want it to be able to bend a little bit if you're doing a circle. You want it to be very flexible, so it needs to be more narrow. On the rectangle, it's not as important, but you still need to weave and alternate the weavings. So there needs to be some bend to it. If you have too thick of material, then it's going to be difficult to make that weave.
That is built with low wattle sides and lined with landscape cloth, as you can see here. We left the original landscape cloth in place and are building new sides. Constructing a new wattle bed would follow the same process, but you wouldn't have the landscape cloth and soil in place until after the bed was finished. Trust me, that is much easier than moving a bed. Before we start building, let's talk about the location and the materials. Be sure to locate your bed in the best light for your plants. Also, you want the area to be flat and have easy access to water. What do you need to build the bed? Sturdy stakes. They're natural, purchased, treated 2x2s, metal stakes, rebar. You can see that we use the 2x2s for this bed. A liner, the size and shape of the raised bed, either just for the sides or for the whole bed. In the round bed, we used an actual grow bag. The rectangle bed is lined with pieces of landscape cloth. You'll also need your favorite raised bed soil. Have your tools nearby. You will need a mallet, pruners, loppers, shovel, rake, and don't forget your gloves. We've already talked about the sticks, but let's take a closer look.
This is a good size for a circle wattle. You see how it bends? I didn't go with willow because I read that it did sprout, and some people like that. They make a wattle fence and they want that sprouting, and it makes the fence stronger and more secure to the ground. But being a garden, I didn't want sprouting. I wanted it just to stay nice and clean. So again, this is arrowwood viburnum. You notice it does get narrower at the end, and then also there's some branching. The branching does not work in the wattle, so I just simply cut it off. And then I've got the twig, and that's one twig of many ready to go in the wattle.
Now let's get Maggie, Sailor, and Clara in here and rebuild this bed.
Maggie here is going to help us with our stakes. We have a few more stakes we're putting in. They're 2x2 stakes, so that it's a little more substantial than the 1x1s in the circle bed. Good. Excellent. Oh, we've got another one for you. And then what we're going to do, this is some of the old wattle. We're going to weave in and out of these stakes. Okay. Okay. Think that's in there? Okay. I think we're good. Now what we're doing here, this was already a wattle, and because it was too close to the circle, we actually pulled up the landscape fabric and moved it about a foot. So we're making it a little narrower. Let's get our twigs. We're going to start with the larger first. So we have elderberry and we have arrowwood viburnum. The elderberry are larger and the arrowwood viburnum are smaller. We're going to put the larger on the bottom. Then we'll use the smaller to finish up the top part. Okay. So if you see that? We need to get that off. So I've got some pruners and loppers and snips. If it's a little one, you could use that. And because we're not pruning live wood, we could even use this. It's not usually one you want to use. Let's see how, that way it's easier to work with. Okay? So just grab the tool you need. And we're going to start, what corner do you want to start in? Should we start here? This, okay. So we're going to go down this way. So you see how this is on the inside, and then this is on the outside?
I've seen that on that one.
Oh, have you? Okay. Then this is inside, outside, inside. Uh-oh, what are we going to do?
If you start another stick right in there.
Yes. Right, very good idea. You want it thicker, but it doesn't have to be as long, does it? Okay, and it doesn't hurt to overlap it a little. So then we'll go like that. Now, what we can do is either tuck it there. See how it overlaps between the two? All right. You ready to do some wattling? Okay. Here we go. Oh, like a pro. You've done that before, haven't you? Okay. So then you do the opposite. Are you doing the opposite? Ah, okay. There you go. Yes. Excellent. Okay, and I'll just snip this off because it's just kind of hanging there. Then you want to keep going all the way down before you start your next one. And let's put some on the ends too. Clara, did you want to put some on the end here? Okay. So you can just start on that one. And this one doesn't really have a stake to go around. You could, if you wanted to, put a stake. What do you think, guys? Do you think we need one here? You think we need one? Okay, we're gonna go back to our stakes. Who's got the mallet? Why don't we put one on both ends so we make it? Do you think we need one or two?
I think one should do it.
One, okay. All right. Okay. All right.
I think that should.
Think that's gonna hold? Okay, let's go to the other end and we'll pound in that way.
It's warm.
Yeah, there's a lot of worms in there, aren't there?
Got it.
Yeah!
Let's get this job finished.
As you can see, it's a great activity to do with children. They enjoy cutting, they enjoy pounding the stakes in, and they love to do the weaving. The weaving took us about 45 minutes, so it doesn't take a long time at all. What we did learn is that we didn't have enough stakes, so even for the rectangle, I would recommend your stakes be about a foot apart. In the circle, they're about a foot, and with a rectangle, that would be helpful too. Then you have a tighter weave and you can get more tension on your sticks. So I hope that you'll enjoy wattling. Your imagination is the only limit. You could do whatever kind of garden you wanted to. If you need a raised bed, this is a quick and easy way to get one.
The beds were planted in May. Here they are in early August, 3 months later. The sunflowers are truly enjoying the wattle bed. I hope you try making a wattle bed. Happy gardening from all of us Buncombe County Master Gardeners and 4-H'ers.